Hello and welcome to today's video, which is where we're going to be looking at 4 surefire ways you can use to find property deals fast. So this is a quick start property investing guide. Now first of all, I'll just say on this video, if you're rich on time, if you've got enough time to go out there and find property deals, you can find some fantastic investments. You can negotiate some great deals with motivated sellers. But if you're short on time, then these are going to be some very quick and easy tips that you can use to really just leverage the time that you do have while still finding those very best potential property deals and sourcing those very best opportunities. So the first one is looking at auctions. Now this is a very easy way to buy properties in your local area or your target kind of town or city. Auctions will happen regularly, so usually around every 8 weeks or so there'll be a local auction in most areas, sometimes maybe even 6 weeks if it's a more popular area. And auctions give you a wide variety of property deals as well, everything from development properties through to ready to go tenanted opportunities, all the way through to kind of more speculative kind of land type sites as well. So auctions kind of run the full kind of spectrum, if it were, of potential opportunities. But from I suppose a time perspective, you then can just open the auction catalogue, see what properties, areas, price ranges work for you, and really just kind of shortcut your time taken to potentially find some deals. Now, a quick caveat to that, auctions don't always mean a bargain. There are some properties that are sold at auctions that aren't always the best. Maybe there's a problem with the title or with the property or the location or the neighbours, that type of thing. So still need to run your own due diligence on any auction listing, but it can be a quick start way to find property deals in your local area. Number 2 is looking at working with a property sourcer or a property investment company. So you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to spend kind of hours and hours on Rightmove and Zoopla trying to find those kind of diamond in the rough or those best opportunities in that area. Very often, in most areas around the UK, you will have a property investment company or a property sourcer, a local organisation, might be a one-man band, might be a small company, or might be a large kind of investment company. But they should all have opportunities in that area. And again, that'll change depending upon the company or the individuals you speak to, but it might be a buy-to-let, it might be a HMO, it might be a development opportunity, lots of different strategies you can use. But by working with a property sourcer, you shortcut all of that time really, because very often they'll have deals that are ready to go now, and you can look at that opportunity and see if it's right for you. So you can see straight away if the location's right, the price range, the yield, the potential of what that property could kind of be or what you can do with it. And that just really kickstarts that potential portfolio growth for you. So you can save all that time, speak to a property sourcer or a couple of companies, see what opportunities they have, and if it's a fit for you, then very often it can work. And you can always wrap those sourcing fees into the deal. So property sourcers, investment companies usually charge a fee, but that fee should be part of the whole investment. So if it works because of the price range, the purchasing costs, the fees for the deal, all of that wrapped into one, and it's still the right investment and the right opportunity for you, then it's well worth looking at. It will help you get started with your property portfolio much quicker. Okay, number 3 is looking at a more recent structure within UK property, and that's crowdfunding. And this is a great opportunity for people to get started with property investments in the UK with a smaller investment pot. So instead of going out there and again sourcing your own property deals or spending time trying to kind of flick through the right opportunities, what you'll find is with crowdsourcing companies, they will condense those opportunities into one platform in a structure that you can invest with very little startup capital. So some companies even start from about £10, and we can give you introductions to those companies as well. I'll put some links in below this video for some of the deals that we have as a property sourcer, some of the companies that we work with like crowdfunding. And other crowdfunding companies work from, I think it's about £1,000 or so and upwards to get started, and everything in between. So those types of opportunities can be great to give you diversity over your property portfolio, but really help you speed up that property investment cycle, because you can go to a crowdsourcing portal, see what opportunities they have on their site and invest in it, and very often they're ready to go within a couple of weeks rather than waiting a couple of months for the normal purchase cycle of a property. And then also the additional time frame to try and find those opportunities. Crowdfunding is a great way to kickstart your portfolio building or growth with very low investment costs as well. It's quite low to get started, which is potentially great for a lot of investors. that ordinarily might not be able to look at property investing as an opportunity. So crowdfunding, I'd say, is another opportunity to kind of get started quite quickly with your property portfolio. And finally, number 4, the quickest way to kind of get started with growing a portfolio will be with working with receivers or repossessed type property stock. Now, property, like any industry, like any asset, is geared by supply and demand. If you have a property that's being sold by a receiver, by a mortgage company, they have to sell that property. They don't want to kind of keep hold of it over the long term. If the client has defaulted and they've taken back that property and then they're selling it, that property will be sold within a set time frame. Whether it's via an auction company or directly via the receiver or via an estate agent, there's usually a defined time frame in which that company wants to sell the property. So because of supply and demand, if you're looking at properties that fit that criteria, not only can you buy them quickly because they need to sell quickly, but also you can buy them at a good price because they have a very motivated reason to sell that property, and they can make very good opportunities to add to your property portfolio. Now, there are some downsides to repossessions. In the UK, that can be classed as kind of gazumping is the terminology used, where you might get an offer agreed on a property. Let's just say you're buying it via an estate agent, so a more traditional route rather than via an auction or directly with a receiver, where you would usually transact that property and exchange much quicker. But an auction sale, if you were to buy a property, let's say today, you may have 4 to 6 weeks before you even exchange on that deal, which gives time for another buyer potentially to come in and buy that property from underneath you. So you could have spent time and costs and stuff on that deal. So it's not perfect. There are some risks with repossessed type properties, but from a speed point of view, they're very good because the agent wants to sell it quickly, the mortgage company or the receiver wants to sell it quickly, and then for you as a buyer, you can buy it quickly as well. So hopefully that helps. Just as a quick roundup, a couple of different opportunities there to get involved in property quite quickly are auctions, property sources, crowdfunding, or repossessions. So hopefully helps you get started quickly with growing your property portfolio. Any questions again for the video, please feel free to ask in the comments below. Always happy to help, and take care, and look forward to catching you in the next video. All the best.
Thank you for watching this video. If you like this content and you'd like to join our free online property training course, we've got a link for it on this page. And in there we cover a range of different property strategies to help you get started, either building a long-term property portfolio or creating a cash-flowing property business. We also look at ways to increase your return on investment with any of the property you're maybe considering. And we also have a couple of cheat sheets and downloadable documents in there as well. Simply click on the link to join the free training course today.